Today we're here at the home of Pamela Flores. Pamela reached out to Occupy Atlanta in an effort to save her home. After reviewing paperwork and looking over the situation, we found that like so many homes across the nation, Pamela is going through a wrongful, illegal foreclosure by Bank of America. We're here not just to save Pamela's home, but to set up a base of operation to home defense here in the Vine City community. With us today, we have Pamela Flores, the homeowner. We have certified mediator Al Bartel, attorney Joshua Davis, and Pastor Johnson of Higher Ground.
My name is Pamela Flores, and in 2006, I purchased this home for an inflated price. I paid $171,000. The appraisal came back at $225,000. I thought I was getting a great deal by Bank of America. I actually trusted in that they appraised the property at a right amount and that I was actually getting a home that I could be in forever. Unfortunately, in 2009, I faced financial hardship, and I attempted to get a home modification through the Making Homes Affordable program that Bank of America was offering. When I initially called in February of 2009, they indicated that I was unable to qualify because I had not missed a payment since 2006. So in order to qualify, I needed to stop making payments. I did that, and in October, I found out that I was up for foreclosure the Monday before the Tuesday that I was scheduled to be foreclosed on. So I'm sure you all can imagine how that felt. I attempted to get the home modification, and I qualified at that time. I began to make payments at $891.25 versus the $1,500 that I had been paying. I made my payments for 6 months. I have the receipts to prove it. The month that I was scheduled to actually have a permanent home modification, I received a notice from Bank of America stating that I'd only made one of 5 payments. Well, there were 6 scheduled trial payments in order to complete a loan modification trial payment period. So I called the bank and spoke to a lady named Brenda, because I keep great records and I know exactly who I talked to each day, time, phone number that I called. Well, Brenda actually indicated that it was true. They had no payments except for the one payment that was indicated in that notice. They told me that it would take several weeks to find the payments, to research it, so to continue making payments. Well, I indicated, why would I make payments if they aren't being recorded? And they said, you know what, you're actually right. So keep on to your payments so that when it's time to settle with the bank at the end, you can actually have funds to pay them. In doing that, at their suggestion, I ended up being slated for foreclosure again. This time I found out at the banking institution, the Bank of America branch in downtown Atlanta, the branch manager came back and actually said, you are scheduled for foreclosure on, it was September the 1st of 2010. So with only 7 days before foreclosure, I rushed to an attorney to file Chapter 13 to save my home, because basically they indicated that because I'd failed to make trial payments on the Making Homes Affordable program, regardless of my dispute of having made payments and had receipts that I had them research and find, they told me that I was going to be foreclosed on because ultimately I'd failed to make payments, and that's what was on the record. Well, the attorney filed the Chapter 13. I avoided foreclosure that time, and Bank of America actually indicated that I could get a internal loan modification within the bank's bankruptcy department. So Bank of America toyed with me for 7 months, telling me that yes, you'll be loan modified, just send in your required documents. Then I actually was slated for foreclosure a third time, Before finding that news out, though, however, the bank stated that because I'd failed to make trial payments, that I was permanently ineligible for any Making Home Affordable program or any loan modification program whatsoever. And I indicated that, listen, there's a research or some type of an investigation going on right now for the initial trial payments that put me in this boat. And they were like, well, I'm sorry, you're going to have to find another way, which ended up being Chapter 7. So that second bankruptcy prevented the foreclosure up until now. I was scheduled for foreclosure April the 3rd last week, and through Occupy Atlanta's efforts and other efforts, we were able to get the foreclosure postponed until May the 1st. So I'm lost. I don't know what else to do now, especially considering that because of the foreclosure, my entire life has been altered. I was attending a master's program at Emory University for education, and I applied for a graduate student loan. It actually indicated that because of foreclosure proceedings, I was denied a student loan, so I actually had to withdraw from my master's program. And that has definitely altered the course of my life, my well-being, and not to mention that I can't sleep in fear of that the next day a marshal is going to come and evict me, even though I have proof that I made all the payments and made them on time. So hopefully this effort will wake up Bank of America, because this location is now officially a hub for any and everyone who has been victimized by Bank of America. Bring your proof, because we have attorneys like Attorney Davis, who is an expert at looking at the information that the victims of Bank of America and other banks, for that matter, have. And one more thing, just before I wrap up, there's a securitization process with the deed and title that you're not supposed to separate them. It's like the title and the mortgage. I'm not sure exactly the terminology, but nonetheless, you're not supposed to separate them. And I took some of the money that I'd been keeping and not making trial payments that aren't being reported, and invested in that type of a study, and the results came back that in fact the bank had separated the title from the mortgage. I'm getting some random paperwork that actually indicate Countrywide is my mortgage holder, whereas I've always paid Bank of America on the day that it was due. So I don't know where Countrywide's coming from, but nonetheless, that's my story, and hopefully this will keep me in my home forever.